It's often the men who are given most of the credit during the Civil War, you know, for fighting and coming back. But I think the women never get quite the credit that they deserve.
I would love for the women of Yancey County to walk away after seeing this feeling like they have the strength to do what they need to do because, hey, you know, that was one of my ancestors that did this for her family. I write mostly poetry. I had my first chapbook of poems published this winter.
One day she came into my office and said, you know, I'm thinking about writing a one-act play. If I did, would you read it?
And his response was, don't write a one-act play, write a whole play. And I said, I don't know what to write a whole play about.
And I told her the story about the women's raid in Burnsville during the Civil War.
And he said we need to do a read-through by next summer when all the interns were here.
The very first draft, I got done reading it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is going to be so much fun.
My only comment to Andrew after the first read-through was that I think we needed to go with it and to do it.
The story begins when Zeke, a injured but honorably discharged Confederate soldier,
Comes back from the war, and he's very war-torn. He has an injury on his leg, and he comes back and breaks it off with his fiancée.
His fiancée, Hazel, for his own sake, had been lying to him in letters, telling him that everything was fine up here, when that was far, far from the truth.
She basically is going to steal wheat so that she can bake bread for him and try to win him back.
She's trying to win me back by stealing?
Well, how else to try to win you back?
This is based on a raid led by a bunch of women in Burnsville in April of 1864. And they took a whole bunch of wheat.
And it just had all the makings of a comedy.
They forced me to join them. Forced you? It's your idea to go in the first place.
And then because of what they did, the next day some of the men, local men, went and stole bacon and guns from the storehouse as well.
Their raid wasn't quite so clean in terms of how it was pulled off.
And Zeke muddles everything up.
You know, characters who are constantly being whiplashed from one sort of emotional extreme to the other.
Kind of like a Appalachian Steel Magnolias, where women are the real leaders.
There are some polar personalities. On one end you have Louisa May, who is good at all things feminine.
And she is not exactly the brightest crayon in the box.
Definitely kind of an airhead.
But she's not really accustomed to having to work.
Versus Hazel.
She's a very strong-willed person, and she's very smart. She doesn't really tolerate much silliness. She basically just plows on through and gets the work done.
Very capable. She wears pants so that she can chop the wood better.
She works hard to take care of everybody, make sure their needs are met.
Well, Miss Martha, she's basically the town gossip.
I'm playing Catherine, and Catherine is
Easy with the men.
Touchy-feely.
She likes to drink when she's not pregnant.
She started out as being a drunk, and then I got pregnant, and so Britt had to change her into being pregnant instead of being a drunk. So now she's pregnant and she's kind of bawdy.
I hate to waste a bullet on something I can't even eat. It ain't a waste if you feed him to the hogs.
Poor Zeke, nothing ever goes for him the way he plans it to, or it was planned. He's chronically in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It seems like Zeke spends most of his time laying on the floor.
The interplay of the relationships between Zeke and Hazel and the other women, that's where the comedy is.
It is very, very funny. Some of the women relationship kind of humor is funny. The love.
I really want people to have a good time at the theater, and for them to leave and say, that was funny, you have to go see this.
It deals so deeply with community and being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Burnsville needs something that's about Burnsville, that's a good piece of literature.
This is a play that really only this theater could do. Bye.